Entering, compiling, and executing C programs involves several stages. 1. Writing the source code. You begin by writing the C program using a text editor or an integrated development environment, IDE. The source code is written in a high-level language, which is human-readable and structured for ease of programming. 2. Preprocessing. The source code is then sent to the preprocessor, which processes various preprocessor directives. Preprocessor directives start with a hash symbol in C and are used to include header files, define macros, and perform other text manipulations before compilation. Common preprocessor directives include hashtag include for including standard library headers, for example, hashtag include, and hashtag define for creating macros. 3. Compilation. After preprocessing, the modified source code is passed to the compiler. The compiler checks the code for syntax errors, type checking, and other language-specific issues. If the compiler detects errors, it returns a list of errors to the programmer, indicating what needs to be fixed. If there are no errors, the compiler generates an intermediate representation of the code, often in the form of assembly language code. 4. Assembly. The assembly code generated by the compiler is passed to the assembler, which translates it into machine code. Assembly code is a low-level representation of the program, closely related to the architecture of the target machine. 5. Linking. The linker comes into play if your program depends on external libraries, such as functions from the C standard library. It takes the object code generated by the assembler and combines it with the necessary library files. The linker resolves references to external functions and variables, ensuring that your program can access and use them. It creates a single executable file that contains the complete machine code for your program, along with the required libraries. 6. Loading. This is typically the job of the loader. The loader copies the executable file into RAM, making the program accessible to the computer's CPU. Once loaded, the program becomes a process, which is a running instance of your program. 7. Execution. With the program loaded into memory, the CPU can execute the machine code instructions. Your C program starts running and performs the tasks it was designed for. In summary, the process of entering, compiling, and executing C programs involves several stages, starting with writing the source code and proceeding through preprocessing, compilation, assembly, linking, loading, and finally, execution. This series of steps ensures that your high-level code is transformed into machine code that can be understood and executed by the computer.